Hugh Jackman refused to return as Wolverine for 7 years. Ryan Reynolds nearly destroyed the entire project, and Madonna forced them to reshoot a key scene within 48 hours. What happened behind the scenes of Deadpool and Wolverine will shock you more than the movie itself. Today, I'm telling you the full story. Hey everyone, this is Frame 25, and today we're diving into one of the highest-grossing films of 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine. The film earned over $1.5 billion worldwide, became the second highest-grossing R-rated movie in history, and shattered Marvel's records. But you know what? The making of this movie is way crazier than anything that made it into the script. Scandals, conflicts, absurd decisions, and moments that nearly blew up the project. I dug deep, through dozens of cast and crew interviews, and what I found out blew my mind. Forget everything you think you know about this movie. These are 7 shocking facts Marvel didn't want fans to find out. Let's go. The call that changed everything. Let's start from the beginning. After Logan came out in 2017, Hugh Jackman publicly said he would never play Wolverine again. That was it. The end. For 7 years, he refused to even discuss a return. In one interview, Jackman admitted he stopped watching Marvel films after stepping away from the role. He said, "I shut off my Marvel machine. I couldn't watch any of it. I loved that character too much. It felt like losing a friend. I was just too ready to let him go." Ryan Reynolds spent years trying to change his mind. He called, he texted, he begged. Nothing worked. Disney and Marvel Studios brainstormed hundreds of concepts for a Deadpool 3 without Wolverine, but nothing stuck. And then, completely out of nowhere, Hugh Jackman called Ryan Reynolds. Just called him. Reynolds was in the car when he heard, "Ryan, if you'll have me, I'm in." Kevin Feige, head of Marvel Studios, later explained, "We'd been developing the film for years. We had the multiverse, we had the TVA, we had ways to honor what came before and still tell new stories. But none of it clicked until Hugh called and said, 'I want back in.'" One phone call changed everything. But why did Jackman change his mind? Turns out, he rewatched the first Deadpool in 2016 and realized he was missing out on the chance of a lifetime. He wanted to see Wolverine and Deadpool together on screen, and he regretted walking away. Logan's skeleton and weeks of work. Remember the opening scene where Deadpool uses Logan's skeleton as a weapon? That moment exploded online. Fans were divided. Some outraged they'd disrespected the memory of Logan. But here's what really happened. Stunt coordinator Alex Kishkovich, who had doubled for Reynolds in the first 2 Deadpool films, personally acquired a real skeleton. Not a prop, a real one. Then he spent hundreds of hours choreographing how Deadpool could use adamantium bones in combat. Second unit director George Cottle said one single shot from that sequence took weeks to complete. Weeks. 25 stunt performers were involved, working on it day after day, perfecting every motion. And get this, it wasn't just for spectacle. It was a tribute, a way of showing that even in death, Wolverine remains a legend. Every movement, every impact was designed to honor the character, not mock him. Director Sean Levy compared one of the fights to the lightsaber duel between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. He told the stunt team to study the rhythm, the blocking, the emotional beats of that scene. That's how seriously they took it. Madonna and the 48-hour reshoot. Let's talk about Like a Prayer by Madonna, the unofficial anthem of the film. It's in the trailer, the battle scene, everywhere. But securing the rights to use it was a nightmare. Madonna is famously selective about her music, especially that song. Back in 1989, the music video nearly destroyed her career. She lost a $5 million Pepsi deal, and rumor has it, the Pope himself condemned her. Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy had to meet Madonna in person to ask for permission. They went to her house and screened the scene where the song would play. Reynolds later called it one of the greatest moments of my life. Then things got wild. Madonna watched the scene and said, "You need to do this, and this at this exact moment." She gave them specific directorial notes on how to use her song. Reynolds recalled, "She gave an incredible note. I swear to God, she watched it and said, 'You need to do this.' And damn it, she was right." What did they do? They booked a new recording session within 48 hours to apply her changes. 48 hours. They added more gospel vocals, dramatic strings, and a new organ track. Madonna even suggested fusing the choir into the arrangement, and it transformed the scene. Director Levy said, "It made the whole sequence better." Composer Rob Simonson added, "We needed that gospel authenticity. That's the soul of the song." If Madonna had said no, Reynolds admitted he had no backup plan. He said, "My plan B was to ask her again, which wasn't a great plan. That was probably plan C, D, and E, all the way to Z." Blake Lively saved the ending. Here's a fact hardly anyone knows. The ending you saw in theaters? It was completely reshot in just a day and a half, all because of a single comment from Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife. Originally, right after Deadpool and Wolverine sacrificed themselves to destroy the Time Ripper, the audience immediately saw that they survived. No suspense. They just appeared on screen, alive and well. But Blake Lively, who voiced Ladypool in the movie, watched that version and said, "You know, I've been with you this whole film. I want to sit with the fear that they're gone. Let me be in that uncertainty so that their return hits harder." Director Sean Levy recalls, "That was Blake's note, and it unlocked a new emotional path for that moment, so we reshot it. And honestly, it worked way better." They added a scene where Paradox, played by Matthew McFadden, gives a speech to B-15, giving the audience time to believe the heroes were actually dead. Then, to the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, Deadpool and Wolverine return alive. That tiny detail made the finale 10 times more emotional, and it happened thanks to someone who wasn't even officially part of the creative team. Fact 5. Henry Cavill as Wolverine? This one's a shocker. There's a scene where Deadpool meets an alternate Wolverine, played by Henry Cavill. Yep, Superman himself. But it wasn't just a fun cameo. It was a real backup plan, just in case Hugh Jackman said no. Ryan Reynolds admitted, "It was the first day of shooting, and we were like, who the hell could take this role? I mean, what's a more cursed reboot than Wolverine?" He continued, "As an actor, that'd be terrifying. But if we had to replace Hugh, if he was unavailable, Henry Cavill would have been damn good. So that Cavill scene, not just a gag, it was Plan B. The studio was genuinely ready. Imagine a whole movie with Cavill instead of Jackman. Wild." Fact 6. Jackman's insane transformation. Hugh Jackman was 55 when he returned as Wolverine. 55! He hadn't played the character in 7 years, and had to get in the best shape of his life. Ryan Reynolds joked, "People overhype transformations, but what Hugh did was wild. He started looking like Tommy Toon. He bulked up into another version of himself." Jackman trained like a maniac. Strict diet, more sleep, crazy discipline. In an interview with Variety, he said, "Parts of my life become very boring. I sleep more. I get super disciplined, and a part of me enjoys that." But it wasn't just about looking good. The Wolverine suit required a specific build. Reynolds added, "It's not even about looks. You've got to fill that suit." Imagine this: 55 years old and in better shape than at 30. Months of pain, sacrifice, and laser focus, just to give fans the perfect Wolverine. Fact 7. The dance that never happened. And finally, a story that made fans laugh out loud. Hugh Jackman recently performed at Radio City Music Hall and publicly called out Ryan Reynolds. He said, "Don't tell Ryan, but I don't need to be in every scene. Still, Ryan's the writer. And when I saw the script, the one scene I wasn't in was the opening dance number, set to NSYNC. He joked, "So the only scene without me has a dance? And Ryan's dancing? I mean, he's talented, but dancing." You remember that opening? Deadpool dancing with Logan's skeleton to Bye Bye Bye? Jackman, a Broadway veteran, was left out of the only dance in the film. He later tried to fix that, performing Bye 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 live on stage with his trainer, Beth Lewis. The audience lost it. But beneath the joke lies real friendship. Jackman and Reynolds have fake feuded online for years, but it's all love. Reynolds once said, "When we worked on X-Men Origins, we got a lot wrong. Sewing Deadpool's mouth shut was a disaster, but I'm still thankful. Hugh showed me what it means to lead on set. He was warm, welcoming, and made the whole crew feel seen." Bonus fact: the production chaos. Here's one more. The film nearly didn't happen. Hollywood strikes by actors and writers brought everything to a halt. In October 2023, director Sean Levy publicly doubted they'd meet the May 2024 release. But once the strikes ended, the film became the studio's top priority. Production resumed at breakneck speed. They wrapped just 4 days before the premiere on March 30th, 2025. 4 days. That's insanely tight. Levy said in April, "We were finishing in late April. Early screenings already showed huge scores. Fans loved the Deadpool Wolverine chemistry. Despite the chaos, the delays, the madness, the film crushed it. Over $1.5 billion at the box office. Massive fan and critic acclaim. So there you have it. 7 wild facts that change everything you thought you knew about Deadpool and Wolverine. From a phone call that rewrote a scene, to Madonna saving a shot in 48 hours. From Blake Lively reshaping the ending, to Hugh Jackman joking about a missed dance. This isn't just a superhero story. It's a story of passion, of people giving everything they had to make something unforgettable. Reynolds and Jackman proved that after 17 years, and one failed X-Men Origins, they could come back and make it right. And they didn't just make it right. They made it legendary. If you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, go watch it on Disney+. And if you have, drop a comment. Which fact blew your mind the most? Did you know about Madonna? About Cavill? Smash that like button if you enjoyed this. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping film stories, and hit the bell so you never miss a drop. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.